Good morning, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. I'm going to give you a quick over-under on this because I got to run out to physical therapy. But we had the vice presidential debate last night. We had Diddy with 125 new complaints against him, individuals that are complaining against him. There's all kinds of people running amok all over the place. There is craziness afoot. We're going to talk about Pink deleting her tweets. I feel a certain way about that. We're going to talk about Perry Farrell and the beef with Dave Navarro and the crash and burn of Jane's addiction. But I'm going to get to all this later on today. Let's just give you a little taste of tarot. You can look for the rest of the videos later on. And I hope you're having a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm working on a members only live video for doing readings for you guys. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow night. So hopefully you all will be able to join me. So let's go to the big view here. So the quick over under 120 new complainants on Diddy. What is this going to do to the whole case structure? We're using this pulp tarot today. So what is this doing to his case? Queen of Wands. We're absolutely lighting this sucker up. The Six of Swords. There's no escaping this. Under the surface, everything is coming into the sunlight. Judgment is behind him. It's already been done. The judgment is already done. Up top, Page of Wands. This is the end, kids. And ahead of him, he's just got to negotiate his time that he's going to have to serve. We're really looking at that. That is some wild stuff. We're going to do that in a lot more detail in a little bit. We'll talk about the legal team that he's got on board. So let's take a look at JD Vance. How did JD Vance do last night? JD Vance. Three of Wands in reverse. The guy can stand on his own. The Four of Swords in reverse too. He is not sleeping. Three of Swords under the surface. People that had reservations about him are now like, maybe we're not looking at a bad guy. Eight of Wands, the slowdown, the lack of really seeing his personality and the support of his running mate, Donald Trump. We're really starting to see that come to the fore now. Up top, what do we got? We've got the Page of Wands. He is willing to take that second position. He has no problem with it. What are we looking at in the future? Six of Swords, no escape. No escape route here. This is going to be interesting. Why is there no escape route? 10 of Pentacles. Six of Wands in reverse. Now, this is really odd, because 10 of Pentacles is safety, security, longevity. It is securing his professional political pathway. That was a lot of P's there. Professional political pathway. But with the Six of Wands in reverse, we're looking at not a successful win here. So that is curious. The Four of Cups, we're going to fight back. So we'll look at that in more detail a little bit later on. Let's see how Tim Walz did. I actually watched the debate. I fell asleep. Sorry, kids. I'm an old woman, and I had 2 margaritas with Kathy, the world's loudest librarian. Tim Walz. The Star card. Crossed by a new start. 5 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles. We have that 10 of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Swords. He is actually pretty concerned about his performance last night. I did see that he did the divorce court, people's court, shocked, quick turn over to look at JD Vance when he was saying something that was outrageous. So I did see a little bit of emoting there. He was kind of acting on the scene, but he's still hopeful that they can kind of turn this in a different direction. So the 10 of Swords in reverse, doesn't know if he can overcome his performance. The 9 of Swords, certainly he's got some anxiety about it, and I think that they're problem solving through that. 5 of Cups under the surface, he doesn't feel that he did get his platforms out there. So, and as predicted, this was a psychic win for me. I'm the psychic score. I'm going to put it up. He did debate Trump via JD Vance from what I saw. I'll have to watch a little bit more, but he was debating Trump and not JD Vance. more so was debating Trump, trying to debate. They actually agreed on a couple of points, so it was kind of interesting. So let's look. We're going to talk about Israel too. I didn't say that in the lead in. Israel and Iran are having quite the kerfuffle going on there. What can we expect from what's going on there? Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. I think Five of Swords, we're going to see this continue. There are going to be elements that do try to get in there and create some kind of discourse that is going to lead these two nations into a better position. Is it going to work? I don't think so. I don't think we're going to be able to. The step in with all these cups, like, hey, can we just kind of turn the temperature down, turn it down just a little bit? I don't think that either party is going to get on board with that. We've, in the words of Danny McBride in This Is the End, I can't come back. I've walked away too much. So I think, not to laugh, this isn't a laughing matter. Danny McBride is hilarious, though. I think they've really escalated to the point where it's going to be very difficult to dial this sucker back. So can we get somebody in there to debate Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, the Four of Wands? The guiding light in this is going to have to be an element in the Middle East. It's not going to be one of the European nations. It's not going to be the UN that steps in there, anything like that. The United States, Great Britain, nothing like that. We are not going to be able to step in. It has to come from the desert lands that they're in now. It has to be the parties that are relevant, parties that have a vested interest in not having their area of the world being an absolute ish show. So that's really where we're going. We're going to look a little bit more on that later. I promise you guys I'm going to have lots of content out for you today. As soon as I get back from therapy, I'm going to freshen up and I'm going to get right back to all these videos. Let's take a look at Pink and what's going on with her. Now, I did see an article that said she has deleted her tweets back in February. This wasn't something that she did just recently. She's not going to be able to contain her emotions about this. Eight of Pentacles, she is going to get to work to write that story. People are going to think Doth protests too much, so she's got to be a little bit careful about that. Knight of Cups, she is an emotional person to a certain extent. We do see her saying a lot of things about the election, about leadership in the United States. So with this, I think it's going to be seen as an attempt to, I think she's going to see it as an attack by people that are more right-leaning on her. Like, oh, now we're going to align her with the whole Diddy crisis. And make her look bad for her decision making politically. I think that's kind of the tack she's going to take. Should she do that? We'll look at that in another video. Four of Wands, she's quite convicted on her part in all of the craziness that has gone on in Hollywood. I don't think that she's a shrinking violet. Me personally, I think she's quite amazing. I think she is one of the more realistic pop individuals out there. I think she has an amazing voice. I think she has an amazing work ethic. But, should we kind of stand down from this? She does not want to be swept up in all the drama. We'll look at a much broader reading on her and what she can do to kind of step away from this fray. So last thing we're going to look at, and I know some of you are not keen on this, Jane's Addiction, headed up by Dave Navarro and Perry Farrell, one of my favorite all-time bands. 3 Days is one of my favorite songs of all time. Rob Akampora of the A Game with Rob Akampora and the Rat here in New Jersey, Rat radio station. He used to be on a radio station called WHTG 106.3 here at the Jersey Shore. It was an alternative station, and I would regularly call him up and beg him to play 3 Days. which is an over 10-minute long song. She's like, I can't do it. So we often had a great time with that. Is this the end of Jane's addiction? Is this the end? Is it the end, my beautiful friend? The world, it is not. The world is in reverse. We are in a holding pattern. But it looks like Perry's got to get rid of some demons here. And the demons are something that have made him do all kinds of crazy stuff and say all kinds of crazy things. There is an isolated track on Ocean Size, which was the live performance in which they had a fight on stage. Again, like the most rock and roll thing to ever happen in the last couple of years. But it basically, we've got substances that are getting in there and kind of messing with it. Now, I love my rock stars anesthetized and having a great time and being a little bit volatile. But I saw Jane's Addiction, I guess, about 12 years ago. It might have been a little bit longer. And my first reaction was, who are all the old people that are here? So it was, I refused to go see them again because I felt like the old people were not in alignment with me, even though I'm one of them. So I do think that Perry's got some stuff that he's got to work through. I know Dave Navarro had some stuff that he did work through, but Perry's got some stuff that he's got to work through. Jane's really is a big part of his life, even though Porno for Pyros was his other band, which was fantastic. We Make Great Pets. If you don't know that song, it's an amazing song. And I think Tahitian Moon was Porno for Pyros too. So up top, Jane's is eternal. And we're going to uncover all of the good things that are there. We're going to find those. So we will talk about that in a little bit of a longer video because I do want to go into his wife, Eddie. I want to talk about Eddie a little bit. Some people feel a certain way about her. And we are going to be back in just a little while. So I'm going out to therapy. I've got my Canadian shirt on, my Roots shirt on. So that's for all my Canadian friends. I know it. I have my little maple leaf on here. So, where's my maple leaf? There it is. Maple leaf, my Canadian shirt. So homage to all my Canadian people, but I will be back in a few hours. I'm going to load this video up and get it rocking and rolling for you guys. So that's just a preview of what we're going to see over the next couple of days. So give me a little bit of time. I've been driving kids back and forth to band practice, band competitions, college things, film club, all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm having a great time in my new car. And last night I had some cocktails with my good friend, Kathy, the world's loudest librarian. And you guys will meet her eventually. I want to get her on here because she is a hoot. So have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back shortly. Bye-bye.